Welcome to the Frontline Herbalism Podcast with your host Nicole Rose from the Solidarity Apothecary. This is your place for all things plants and liberation. Let's get started. Hello, welcome back to the Frontline Herbalism Podcast. I'm so sorry for disappearing for ages. Yeah, the whole family got a really bad virus and I lost my voice for like 3 weeks. I literally couldn't talk, couldn't sing my baby to sleep, nothing. It was very frustrating. Pretty much everyone I know has been sick, kind of no matter what their sort of baseline health was before. It just feels like there are all sorts of viruses around, including the famous COVID and the new variants. But yeah, we kept testing negative for COVID, but obviously we sort of stayed in the best we could and stuff. And yeah, just rode it out with all the herbal things. It wasn't very fun seeing my baby sick, but yeah, he's a champion and he did really well and he's back to himself now. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of say hello really. I'm going to be publishing more content now as the Herbalism PTSD and Traumatic Stress course is launching in like 12 days on the 22nd of March. By now, I'd imagined doing like a bunch of shows every week, maybe another series, and sending loads of newsletters and designing loads of things online. But I just haven't been able to. And I'm still kind of in this position where I'm pretty much like full-time mum. I have help 2 afternoons a week for about an hour and a half each time. So yeah, there's not much time to podcast, unfortunately. And I do my best to write my Instagram captions and stuff when I'm napping. And yeah, I'm luckily still kind of got a backlog of like herbal things in the herb shed that I've been sending out in the herbal care packages. And I've got amazing volunteers like someone called Ellie who's been sending out the prisoners' herbal books. So it's awesome that the Solidarity Apothecary can kind of keep going through this sort of like maternity leave period. We're visiting a nursery next week and yeah, just to get some help a couple more mornings a week so that I have a little bit more capacity to organise and stuff. So yeah. Okay, so I just wanted to announce a kind of two exciting bonuses with the Herbalism PTSD and Traumatic Stress course. And if you haven't heard about the course, I'm going to be recording an episode soon all about it in like a little bit more depth, kind of like an updated version. But yeah, for anyone who is kind of interested in the course now and is kind of on the fence about it, I just want to share about 2 things that are like specific to this launch that are a bit of an experiment. So one is that I'm going to be having a kind of like lottery for people who join the waiting list at least 1 week before the course opens. So the waiting list is literally an email newsletter. It's not an obligation to buy the course by any means, but it's if you're interested in hearing about the course, you know, getting emailed when it launches, it just kind of gives me your consent to do that. And yeah, I will then spam you for the period that the course is open, which is like 2 weeks. But yeah, like I'm trying to encourage people to sign up to this waiting list because it means that I know who's interested in the course and I have a bit of a feeling about how the kind of launch might go, right? But yeah, I have created these amazing like nervine sample kits. So a nervine is a herb with an affinity for the nervous system, and the course like really focuses on these different kinds of plants that can support people's nervous system and therefore support people experiencing and recovering from trauma. So yeah, the curated kit will include 10 different medicines and they'll be chosen by you out of a kind of list that I send you of plants that are featured in the course. So if you, for example, can't have tinctures, then you can opt in to have glycerites, which are like a fantastic alternative to alcohol. Or you might just want 10 different teas, for example, or maybe you've tried glycerin and you don't like it and you just want tinctures. So yeah, I'll kind of make it bespoke to you and it will include medicine that I've made myself from the land where I live. And if it's not something I've made myself, it'll be from something I've made with like herbs from like a company, like the Organic Herb Trading Company, for example, who are like a local company in Somerset where I am, who have only kind of organic and like Fair Wild certified herbs. So yeah, and there'll all be plants from the course. So it means that like when you're studying the content, you can then kind of like straight away like have an experience with that plant. Like say, for example, you're reading about lavender, you can then try some of this amazing infused lavender oil. And yeah, kind of like instantly have that
like tactile embodied experience with that plant, if that makes sense. Because I know it's really difficult for people to like afford medicine making ingredients, have the confidence to do it, have the skills to do it. Also, shameless plug, there's like 1 or 2 places left on my practical medicine making course in June. So if you do want an opportunity to learn all of those kind of like hands-on skills, I do teach that. But yeah, I'm really excited. What will basically happen is if you join the waiting list now, like within the next week, I will get all your emails, put them into like a groovy kind of lottery system thing, software, and then that just like randomly chooses 5 people, and no matter where you are in the world, I will send you a little pack. I'm hoping not everyone is going to be like in the US or even worse on like mainland Europe because of customs, but I am committed to just whoever joins has an opportunity to to receive those herbs. And that's also like, that's not determined by price. So that's not just for people that are paying the standard price or the resource price. That's people who are accessing the course wherever they are on the sliding scale, including nothing, if that makes sense. Okay. And then the other bonus is a first day bonus. So for anyone who joins the course, the very first day it opens, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take everyone's email and put them in the software and pick a lucky person who can have a free place on my practical medicine making course. So there are people on that course who are getting a free place already, who've applied for a subsidized place, for example. But I've also set aside a place for someone from the Herbalism and PTSD course to join us. Obviously, that might not be possible for you if you're in like the so-called United States, for example, but maybe you know someone that could go on your behalf, or you could move it to next year, for example, or whatever. But I think it's like a nice, exciting bonus. Again, a way to kind of like get a massive head start on herbalism in practice. So that's for people who join on the first day. And I'm going to record, like I said, a separate episode all about the herbalism, PTSD and traumatic stress course. I think that's it for today. I'm so sorry for being absent. I'm going to be sharing more episodes about sort of herbal support for trauma. And then once the course launch is over, I'm then going to publish the Herbalism for Sustaining Resistance series, which has been kind of going on my Instagram and has been like very popular, of people learning about different herbs that support the immune system, for example. And then I'm going to do a series about state violence, like kind of circling back to my herbalism and state violence book. And by that point, midsummer, I might have some more childcare. So I might finally be able to start doing interviews. Because like I said before, I've got like a whole spreadsheet of people that I'm just dying to interview for this podcast. Like there's so many people doing amazing herbalism work, amazing community organizing and mutual aid work that I would love to just showcase. So watch this space. Anyway, thanks for your patience with me being away. I hope you're okay. It's sunny outside. I think spring is coming. I'm sure all the herbalists are happy. So thanks for listening. Bye.
Thanks so much for listening to the Frontline Herbalism Podcast. You can find the transcript, the links, all the resources from the show at solidarityApothecary.org/podcast.